take it to the other side. I'm feeling strong, my little lady. I'm gonna keep her moving on. I'm gonna run till I drop to the break of dawn. Never gonna stop till I see the light. I'm feeling high, my little lady. I'm gonna take it to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. I'm feeling good, my little lady. She's gonna take me to the other side. I'm feeling nice, my little lady. She's gonna keep me moving on. I'm gonna run till I drop to the break of dawn. Never gonna stop, she's gonna treat me right. I'm feeling good, my little lady. She's gonna take me to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Come on, baby. Let's take a ride. I don't know where we're gonna go, but first, let's dance. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Oh.
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at astroworldweb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to astroworldweb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Deborah, things are becoming intense. I ripped my jeans on your fence, hiding away from your man. Oh, it's a passion. Oh, tell a tale of 1,000 lonely days. out in the rain, standing here calling your name. Guess I got no one to blame. Yeah, it's a small town. Yeah, all the people turn and stare. Oh, it's a secret. Hey, let them see me. I don't care if you want to be together. It's so good to be together with you. If you want to be together. If you want to be together, it's so good to be together with you. If you want to be together, say you want to be together. I'm feeling really guilty, but it feels so bad. Yeah, so good to be together. Yes, we did it before, we can do it again. I'm tearing out my hair, 'cause I don't know when so good. You want to be together. Yeah. It's so good to be together. Yeah, so damn good. If you want to be together, it's so good, it's so good, yeah. What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Yeah, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? You want things right, do I make you do things wrong? If I want that fine line, I will always take the fall. If I don't do left, I can live from the right. I sleep all day long, then I'm breathing through the night.
I wonder what it was that made me want you. She couldn't understand what made me hard. She's climbing out my open window. I'm lying here alone and cold and drained. Yeah. So take another breath and come up for your oxygen. And now you wanna kiss the flesh and blood of every man, every man. And when the moon is full and the wolves will howl, she swam across the lake just to get to my house. looks upon a world that's dark and tangled. I never saw her turn her head in shame. She's coming down the open window. I'm lying here alone, cold and gray. So take another breath and come up for your oxygen. Hey, you know you wanna kiss the flesh and blood of every man, every man. Well, we all took turns and swallowed the world. I never realized they sat with us, man. And she said, I want more. Give me more disgusting stuff. A little bit of disgusting stuff. Disgusting stuff. Oh, you're making me disgusting stuff. A little bit of disgusting stuff. Give me more disgusting stuff. Yeah, a little bit of disgusting stuff.
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at AstroWorldWeb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to AstroWorldWeb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
say? Can't you say the change in me? Can't you say? Can't you say? Can't you see the change in me? Can't you say the change in me? Can't you say the change in me? Can't you say the change in me? Can't you say, yeah, woo! Can't you say, well, can't you say, can't you say the change in me? What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? Do one thing right, do I make two things wrong? If I want that fine line, do I will always take the fall? If I don't do the left, I can leave from the right. I sleep all day long, and then I'm breathing through the night.
We here.
Yeah, we are here. Okay,
You're here.
The screen on YouTube went blank for a second. I don't know. It was kind of weird. So let's what's going on? We made it again. So we're going old school tonight. It's me and Eric flying solo tonight, and we got some cool stuff to talk about. I'm going to be talking about the Knicks behind me, and Eric's got some stuff that he wants to shout out about. And we're going to be just chilling out tonight. We're just chilling out on a Friday night, 8:00. I know we're a little late, but I blame it all on me. It's fine. I was playing with the Knicks and I lost track of time, and it was just
playing with the new toy,
playing
with the shiny new quarter. Just having to take it for a spin.
Nice. It's pretty. So I'm just gonna turn off. So let's do the sponsors real quick, because I want to. And if anybody wants to know in on a little secret, I can't put it online, but if you have me on Facebook Messenger, I'll let you know via text if anyone wants to know a little secret.
I got a secret. A secret.
So I'm not putting it online yet. So there you go. So yeah, so let's go over the sponsors real quick, because we do have some new guests that we did talk about last week, and yes, Gideon, I fixed the slide. So I fixed it. Thank you, Gideon, for upgrading your membership to Red Giant. So I changed it. So Merry Christmas.
Norm.
Hello, Newman. So here we go. Sponsors and guests.
I like it better because I do like cheers. Norm.
Norm is cool. And what is going on here? Why isn't my sponsors coming up? Yeah, another glitch in the thing. Let's see. Layers, triggers. No, that's right. Why is it coming
We
up?
are in the dark.
We are. Why are we in the dark? And why is that coming up? That is so weird. No, I don't want to close it. No, quick play. Oh,
Happy
well,
Friday,
right.
Ernie. Hey, Billy.
What's up, guys and girls?
What's up, Gideon? Here's Gideon. Gideon! Eric!
Gideon.
Where the hell is that FLT 91 video?
Oh,
We've been waiting
man.
for that sucker for 10 years.
Let's see. Is it good? There we go. We're up.
There
Awesome.
we go.
There we go. That was weird. That's glitch number 2 tonight. So how's it doing, everybody? What's going on? We're back. So main sequence level, for those of you that are new to the show, thank you so much for hanging out and watching with us. But we do have sponsors that we need to talk about. So please, they give us gifts. They give us stuff to give away. We just gave away $50 gift certificate to Woodland Hills on Wednesday. We gave away a Masters of Pixinsight Class last Friday. We're going to be giving another one out tonight. So if you haven't signed up for any of the giveaways, go to www.astroworldweb.com and you go right to the giveaway column, and you can just sign up for all of them. We gave away an eagle in the last summer. We're hoping to give away something. Maybe if Prima Luce is nice to us this summer. Camera Concepts gives us gift certificates to give away, and Optolong is going to give us more filters to give away. They give us $4,000 worth of filters last year, and it's going to be awesome this year as well. So it looks like we may be getting an L Ultimate, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So.
Nice.
Like I said, Masters of Pixinsight and IP for AP, 2 great tools for your tutorials for either Photoshop or Pixinsight. So and Ron and Warren do whatchamacallit, do one-on-one tutorials with each other. Another training aspect of the tools that you have up there. So we give away a year subscription to IP for AP once a month, and every Friday forever till we stop doing the show, we'll be giving away a Masters of Pixinsight workshop. So pretty cool. The next one's coming up in a couple of weeks, so go check it out. We also have member sponsors. Off the rails members are people that just spend a ludicrous amount of money on us, and to help the show get better, help us get better guests, and help get better giveaways. So it's all about the show and making the show better. So that's where all this Patreon money goes to the show. So thank you so much to everybody who's donated. Quasar members, John, Hassan, and Chris. I always say it, John, Hassan, and Chris. It doesn't really rhyme. It doesn't flow off the tongue. But
not really.
no, not so much. But Black Hole members, Charity, George, Mike. Oh, there's Gideon slide. Why does that one go so fast? Charity, George, Mike, Dave, Dan, and Tom. Thank you so much. And there's Gideon. There you go. There he is. You're there. Bob and Debbie. Thank you. All of our main sequence members, White Dwarf, and Protostar. So a lot of people supporting us. Thank you so much for all the support. It's really wonderful. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. And last week, if you missed it, actually it was Wednesday night. Ivo Stoyanov was here from APT. I'll be putting the links and all the information in the description this weekend. So definitely take a look at that and check it out, because he always gives a great presentation. Did a lot about the autofocusing routine, the plate solving routine. And Eric, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, it was amazing how Ivo has done so much in like a year and a half.
Yeah,
since we last
15 months, and I mean, he's hopping from 2 to and to 4.19
4.20, yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, and I was like, and in 15 months, he's jumped 2 versions.
Yep.
And a few subsets of version 4. I'm like, that's impressive.
It is.
That's
It's
some
pretty.
work that the APT guys, Evo and everyone else there, they've put in some work. So very impressive.
Cool.
Good
And
evening, Sean.
hello, Shawnee baby.
Good evening.
And so March 25th on a special afternoon edition of AstroWorld, we're gonna have Stacy Downton, Astro Stace, is gonna come on and hang out and talk with us for a couple hours and chill out. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Finally having her coming on is, I've been getting on her for a long, long time, and she finally gave in. So really, really cool to have her on. Followed by April 5th, we have Warren Keller for his first time on AstroWorld as a solo guest. So looking forward to seeing what Warren has planned for us with his Masters of Pixinsight tutorials. Should be pretty cool. And followed on April 21st, Pavel Kagas from Moravian Instruments. Going to be talking to us about his crazy, sick, large observatory cameras. It's going to be pretty wild. These cameras, look at the chip on this thing. It makes no sense.
A monster.
The chip makes no sense. It's like this. It's like the size of my Verizon hotspot. I mean, it's huge.
My God, it's like, yeah. That's what do you put on? What do you put behind that? It's like, in front of that.
Oh,
like
that's a. I believe that's a really large pixel camera for large focal lengths in an observatory. So
yeah, it's gotta be. It's like, my goodness,
pretty cool
for some like really long focal lengths.
Yeah, just imagine those filters and 90mm filters. Crazy. It's out of control. And as our other social media grows, please just come hang out with us on Discord, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, whatever you get your social media on. Hang out with us, chill out, and it's really a lot of fun to be involved in this. So awesome. We are back.
Yes, we are back. We are back. And while we are back, do me a big favor. You know what to do, boys and girls. You know what to do. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like if you are on Facebook. If you are checking us out on Facebook, appreciate the support, you Facebookers. But please share the show. Share down the public, down I believe on the left corner of the screen there. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube if you like what we're doing. We really appreciate it. It helps out the algorithm. It helps everybody know who's on YouTube. You start typing up astrophotography. Brings AstroWorld, to the forefront. So mash, smash, bash, crash into that like button.
Ooh, I gotta chill. Sorry.
Oh boy. Yes, the Eric Minute of Power is here.
I just gotta chill. It's like I got like goosebumps on my
yeah.
So yes, there was a question on there that if where's Moravian from? Yes, it's the Moravian is from Czechoslovakia, and so he is going to be joining us all the way from Czechoslovakia. That's going to be crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So
you know what? One spot that that I may want to put on to my list is is Prague.
But
that would be something. Yeah. Who is this new Eric? Where is he? Where did he go? Where's the old one? I like him. I like him too.
I'm telling you,
it's special.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, I only got one night so far with this, because as soon as I tried it out, it actually snowed the first time in New York. And it was just cloudy the rest of the week. So I haven't really had a chance to really put a lot of weight on it. All I did was put the red cat on it just to see if I could get it connected and everything.
Dude, that doesn't qualify as real weight.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't
qualify.
But I'm also
that's like a feather. It's like
but the whole thing. If I put the AP, I can't put the AP on here yet anyway because I'm waiting on the standoffs. And the pure extension. I'm still waiting on it. So So a couple of things, really, really cool construction with the Knicks. I'll just unplug this real quick and I'll show you a little bit because I was playing around with it. The carbon fiber tripod is very similar to the TC 101 for the AM5.
For the AM5, I was going to say,
yeah. So it's very, very similar to it. Couple things are different. With the Knicks, everyone knows that this is a really robust, high payload capacity for its size. 44 pounds without a counterweight, although you can put a counterweight rod in here with a counterweight. One thing is, and yeah, let me take my name off so you can see what I'm doing. Give me a second. So it's got a little, and I don't remember if the AM5 had this. I think it did. The little spreader bar that went up at the top. So this is a spreader bar. Okay, very small. It's not really. It's more like a stabilizer bar. I wouldn't even call it a spreader bar. But just so you know, this will not the rod itself will not thread through the center if the legs aren't fully deployed.
Good to know. Okay.
Okay, because it's not. This pushes against the legs. So if the legs are too close, the rod can't go up. So you got to make sure that these legs are fully pulled out in order for you to get this threaded. That's the first thing. Not a big deal. It's actually a lot safer with it.
I wonder if it's the same. What do you know? What millimeter thread?
I think it's 3/8. Well, no,
I'm
it's not
wondering if
3/8.
that would be similar
M10.
to like
M10.
Okay,
Or
I wonder if
M12.
that's similar to like the Celestron tripods, because you can put the AM5. You can rest the AM5 on top of a Celestron, like an AVX mount. It's tripod. It's tripod. You can rest it, or I think even TJ he had his C-Gem and he took the legs off. He landed and he put it on top of the C-Gem tripod. So I was just curious if it was the same size,
Well, you're able to put this on the EQ6R, which is the Celestron type mount. It does require a different plate to do so.
Okay.
But you can buy the plate for the EQ6R, put it on there, and all you'll need is the head. So if you have an EQ6R,
that's more stable.
Oh yeah, it's more stable. You got the what is it? The 1.5 inch aluminum legs.
Mm-hmm.
So you're to be honest, I'd love to see how this because for a carbon fiber tripod and how light this is, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. One of the other things here, and if I could turn it around and you might be able to see it, right here, you could almost see a little blue right here. There's a little latch here. Okay. First thing you want to do when you take this apart, unfortunately, how like the AM5, you just plop it in the hole and you put the clamp on it. This is a little different. You actually have to take off the azimuth knobs here because this goes into the plate underneath. There's a plate underneath there. And to be honest with you, you don't really need to do this. I'm just showing you how to because you can. You can lift this thing up. I mean, this is nothing. I mean, you don't have to do this, but for storage, you're going to want to take these guys off. And then this just comes off the top. Now, one thing I've noticed here is that the azimuth, the little I guess the piece that the azimuth knobs push in against to like the little bolt. It's inset a little bit, so you got to back these off a little bit to disengage the head from the tripod.
Okay.
So not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
There you go. Just back it off and you're good. This comes off.
There's just
Okay. The weird thing about this plate here, and I'll take it. This is the latch here. There's a latch here and a compression ring. This thing comes off. This is your adapter plate that you have. The weird thing about this, when this is packaged, this azimuth adjuster, you have to put it on yourself. This doesn't come on here. It's in a bag with a couple of screws, and you just got to put it on there. Once you have it on there, it's fine. You plop it in here and pull the compression, and you're good to go.
Good to go. Yeah. MS Quattro, did you get this mount working okay with the ASI Air update? Yes. I think he did. He did. Yes, he did.
I did. The long answer is yes, it works. Couple of weird things, and I'll get to that in a second. I might be able to show it to you. I got the Red Cat here. I might be able to plug it in and kind of show how it kind of works. It's going to look kind of weird when I do it. But let me put this guy back on. There we go. Get the little, where did the thingies go? There we go. Get these guys back in. Just for a second. And this is how easy it is to put on. I mean, it's really not. I mean, you put the other one on, you're good. It's fine. Just some preliminary testing. And again, I have not, just pure disclosure here, I have not tested this with long focal lengths yet. Okay. The only night that I had with it was with the Red Cat, which is what, 7 pounds. And the whole thing is I just wanted to see if I could get it connected, because there was some, everybody knows the whole Cloudy Nights thing with the whole debacle with the drivers and the misnomers with the names, and it got screwed up right during the Lunar New Year, and it was a big nightmare. But it was fixed. But here's the weird thing. Let me just put this in here because I don't like leaving one out while I'm talking. But here's the weird thing with this. So I'm sorry, was there a question or?
Yeah, there's a couple. Oh yeah, you're getting questions here.
Oh, good. I never get questions. Eric gets all the questions.
One is from David. He's asking, how did it work with Nina? You haven't had a chance to plug it into Nina yet.
I have not had a chance to use it with Nina yet. I only had the one night. It works with the Meade Classic 16 ASCOM driver. That's one of the funny things with it. So there's no listing in the mounts for Pegasus. There's nothing there.
I mean, it's so new.
Yeah, but it's just weird that it's not there yet. But that's sure. All. Yeah, so I used the Meade Classic 16. And I think Tom was online when I was doing the unboxing online. We were figuring about back and forth. But here's the thing, and I'll show it to you. I won't. Let's see. Let me see if I can do this real quick. I'll plug it in real quick, and you could just field some things, Eric, while I'm doing this, if you can.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, what's the max payload that you would put on that tripod? I wouldn't put a whole lot on that tripod. Right?
I don't know, man. I kind of.
What do you think?
I mean, I would put my 5-inch refractor on here.
Okay.
That's 20 pounds without accessories, so figure about 30.
Okay.
I would probably go as high as a 9 1/4 with accessories on here.
Sure. Is that with or without the counterweight bar?
No counterweight.
Okay.
No counterweight. Because you think about 9 1/4 is what, 26, 27 pounds?
Something like that, yeah.
And then 30, plus accessories, you're at 37.
Accessories.
Then you're at 37. So you're still 8 pounds under the capacity. It's definitely a robust kind of this tripod is solid, and I'm gonna get a 9 1/4 to try it and throw it on here and see what it looks like. The only thing I could say about this, I think it needs a bigger saddle. I think the
Okay.
saddle's too small. I'm like Pete. I like a large saddle. You know, like
Mhm.
the EQ8R. The saddle is like this big. You know, so I kind of like the ability to have that stability there. And when you have even a 350 millimeter dovetail where it's hanging off kind of quite a bit, because this is literally, I mean, I could, my iPhone is bigger than the saddle. I mean, that's something that's the only thing in the construction. If I was to nitpick about anything, would be that.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
I can't say anything bad about the software. I can't say anything bad about the setup. The only thing that was weird, again, and we'll get into it, is the connection to the ASI Air, and more to come on the Nina side of it. I really wanted to see if I could get hooked up with the ASI Air because of all the reported issues with it. So
Right.
that being said, let me actually, I didn't even plug in the ASI Air yet. There we go. Okay, while that's booting up, you'll see I'm gonna have to go to my iPhone to show you something. If you're gonna use this with the ASI Air, you need to
Yeah.
download the Pegasus Unity app. You need to download this. Okay.
Yes.
Now it's the only workaround that I could find. Maybe somebody's smarter than me, and I'm sure that there are plenty of them out there that may figure out something different. But this is the workaround that I have seen so far. So did this? Oh gosh darn it! My battery just crapped out. So there we go. It's coming back up. So that being said, for whatever reason, the ASI Air with the Mead drivers, the tracking button on the mount, when the button comes on with the control and then the go-to and the little control on the ASI Air for the scope, that
Yeah.
tracking button, I can't turn on the tracking either way until I go into the Unity app and unpark the scope manually with that app. Once you unpark the scope manually, business as usual, not a problem. So did that beep? Yeah, that beeped up. So I'll show you what I'm talking about real quick. I think I hooked up the mount. So I did get BlueStacks up, and is it connected? Let's see. I might have to reboot the mount. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I got it. So let's see, and desktop capture. So here we go, and you see me in the corner, but let's make this a little bit bigger so we don't confuse anybody. All right, so here we got the ASI Air. It's all hooked up and it's ready to go, and you can see that the telescope is connected. It's connected at 115/200, right? And using the Mead LX200 16-inch, which I don't even think they make anymore, but that it's there. So that
The
being
one thing
said,
that I have noticed, I don't mean to cut you off, Dan. One thing that I noticed, and I've noticed this with other mounts. We're speaking about the Mead LX 200. It's like that's it's almost like a universal type.
the LX200, the coding for that is the basis for a lot of everything. It's kind of like blues is the basis for all modern rock and roll. You know what I mean? It's almost the same exact thing. So everything started kind of there. So that's why it's compatible with a lot of things.
Yeah.
And let's see. So if I can do this real quick. So as you can see, you got the telescope is connected, and even if I go to speed 4, right, scope's not moving, right?
I don't hear it moving.
Not move. Well, you're not going to hear it moving because of the thing, but you.
Right.
You can't see.
We can't even see it.
All right, so let's do this. Hold on a second. Let me put a layer on here, and we'll put. There we go. There's me, and then we'll pull this.
Then you have to bring it over.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
No, a little more. Little more.
Little more.
Little more. Yeah.
Oh,
there
Jesus.
you go.
I almost lost the red cat.
Dude.
That would have sucked. Nope. All right. So you see it now, right?
Yeah, see it now.
So I'm hitting the buttons and nothing.
Yeah. No, nothing.
Nothing. Okay. So now I'm going to go into I'm going to go Pegasus, right? Pegasus Unity. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to go into setup and oh, I'm not connected. Hold on a second. Actually, I have to go into the Wi-Fi for the mount. Okay. Once I do that, we'll go back into the Unity. And then we're in. Setup is fine. It's not parked. But if you go into the control and hit tracking and turn the tracking on to sidereal and done. Now it's not working. Oh, of course it doesn't work now. I probably have to reboot I probably got to. Nope, I got to reboot this. Sorry, it's flashing. I was playing with it before, but it'll work if you do that. Wait for it to boot up one more time.
Okay.
I was messing around with it.
The one reason why I would like the Knicks, I like Pegasus Astro's products a lot. However, the weight, the payload capacity is one big thing. Is that I like about it. The price point's another. The overall weight of it, I like it. I'm with you. Looking at how you have that set up, looking at the mount, I myself would like a slightly bigger saddle. I would like a bigger saddle. So I agree with you there. And, Pete.
There we go. Everything's moving now.
So
now what you'll see is, let me just make it a little faster.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
There it is.
That's it. Now it's business as normal. So you go, you make your plan, you set it, and it's fine now.
Yeah.
But you have to get in here.
But see, that's the thing, though. That's the kind of the bummer about this, especially with now utilizing this maybe with Nina or
it may be different. It may be different.
SPP, perhaps it might be different, but ASI Air has become so popular that having to deal with, you're on your smartphone, so you can go from one app to another. It's not, maybe it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, but to not have that true support, within the ASI Air, I don't know. Maybe they'll bring it out and so maybe support it, once they really get into it a bit more. Maybe ZWO will and Pegasus will have some sort of partnership. I don't know, and they'll be able to share and collaborate with the drivers.
I'm sure things will get ironed out.
Also, it's such a competitive market. You've got the AM5.
There we go. Starlancer Astro said for Nina, it's fine. Yeah, I knew it had an ASCOM driver, but I just haven't done it with Nina. But thank you, Starlands, for pointing that out. That with Nina and other Windows programs, whether you're using SharpCap, Nina, SGP, whatever. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You have full, but you know what? I know, Eric. I know you're the you're the ZWO fan, and I'm not a not fan. But the I would look at it as not a problem with the Pegasus. I would look at it from the other side of the fence.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a problem with the collaboration between the two of them, kind of like you said.
That's exactly right. And because you also have to look at it. You look at the marketplace. The Knicks and the AM5, they're competitors.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I mean, it's not like the AM5 against like the AVX or the CEM60 or 70 or any other type of worm gear or belt, or belt gear or belt driven mount, the traditional ones. This is, strain wave, so it's potatoes and potatoes.
Yep.
And that's, who knows, maybe that's one of the things, but because you have to go from the Unity app on the phone to get things started there, then hop over into the AM5.
But you know what? And it took me a while to figure that out, like through a lot of bouncing around to different forums and stuff like that. It took me a while. There was nothing in the instructions. The instructions basically say it works full functionality with the Mead LX200 driver with the ASR out of the box. And in my experience with that so far, even though the ASI Air is not my primary thing. I am I'm an Eagle user. I have a big mount outside. This is my little mount for travel. But I agree with you, Eric. It should be able to be fully functional out of the box, just like it was an Ioptron or a Celestron or the AM5, whatever you may, whatever mount all the other mounts are just like boom. It just happens to be. It's weird to me. It just happens to be this one, and it's the competitor's strain one. It just looks bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know if it's Pegasus, ZWO, or a combination of both. And it really doesn't matter. They should really just like we do on the show, we get along. We get, no matter what our political views, no matter what our scientific views, no matter what, we all get along because we're all here about the moving forward and the progression of astrophotography and learning from each other. And some of the best information that you're going to get is the information you get from your peers. And it's just super important that everybody gets along and does it. Now I'm looking forward to putting this on the Eagle and testing it out and doing a little bit more heavyweight. But I will tell you this, and again, do I think this is a true, like a realistic number on what I was using? I was using the Red Cat. It's only 250 millimeters in focal length, so it's very wide, very forgiving.
Right.
Okay. But I'll tell you this, with the Red Cat and the AM5, I was getting average 0.35 to 0.45 in New York on guiding numbers. Not bad.
It's not bad.
That's not bad at all. I mean, in New York, if I'm under
conditions.
Yeah, if I'm under 1 in New York, my stars are fine. So it doesn't matter to me. However, same condition skies, same telescope with the Knicks, I got the lowest guiding numbers I have ever seen in my own practice at 0.25. Yeah. Legit for like 2 hours.
With this.
With the Red Cat and this.
Love it.
So now, does it need to have a proper shakedown? Absolutely. Yes. But
you'll do that over time.
Oh yeah. If I ever get a clear sky again, I'll do it. But it's Are you guys hearing like the mic break up a little bit at all, or is it just my earphones? Like a little crackle.
I just heard a little bit of a crackle just
Yeah.
a second ago.
Like sometimes when I talk loud, it peaks out, kind of.
Yeah, maybe a second ago.
Yeah, little snaps. Yeah, okay. So I thought it was my ears, but I'm using a new program, and but we're tweaking out the stuff anyway. But this is what I got. I mean, this is it.
But I was just looking at the ASI Air. Going through the list of the mounts on the ASI Air. It's got Hobum on here. It's got Rainbow.
I know.
So I mean, I honestly, you know what? Maybe it's just a matter of time when they bring out the next version or next revision of the software, then everything will work out just fine. And then you won't have to worry about the Meade LX 216 drivers. It'll have something dedicated to it. So let's just give it some time.
Yeah. Again, only a handful of people I know have this mount. Sooner or later it'll be like the other mounts, like the CEM60 that exploded, the AM5 that sold like a nightmare. So it's only a matter of time, and I think it's going to be really, really. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be too worried about it either. But no, I am really looking forward to taking that next, step in the whole mount evolution. The CEM60, I can guide on that sucker like at around 0.4, some 0.3, 0.4. I have. No, the price hasn't come down.
I'm just typing nope.
It's brand new.
It's still
discount.
$2,960. That's what it is. So
nope.
It's not going. And you know what? At 44 pounds, it's not going to. At 44-pound payload capacity, I think it's 57 with a counterweight.
And is that with that 56 pounds with the counterweight, is that if you're using such as the carbon fiber, or if I had the little mini pier adapter and put that on my pier,
right?
I'm wondering, would I still get to that 50? If I had that type of a setup, a 56-pound rig, would I be able to put that on there without any problem?
As far as without a counterweight or with the counterweight?
Without a counterweight.
The recommended is to use the counterweight on anything over 44.
Okay.
That's fine. The same thing with the AM5, the recommended over 26 with a counterweight. So really, it's more about safety, not so much about damage to the gears. It's about safety. Now, if you're on a pier, like you
said, that's what I'm saying. I'm on my pier.
Yeah, I'm going back to that. But if you're on a pier, like you said, I would really go through the manufacturer first to see what their recommendation is first before you sit there and put 60 pounds on a mount, and the next thing, instead of a Nix 101, you got a Yeti 101, and it's going.
Mm-hmm.
So
pretty much. Pretty much. How does one balance the system with a counterweight without free spinning the clutches?
The torque on the strain wave mounts, you don't balance them. You don't need to. It's just about tipping the mount with the counterweight, because if you go too heavy, then the next thing you know, because you're on a carbon fiber tripod, whoop, there you go. There goes not only your $3,000 mount, there goes your $10,000 telescope. So and whatever else.
Everything should just go ASCOM or alpaca and make it simple. Yeah, true. I mean, that is the standard. And now, because I know ASIR, it runs off of Indy, utilizes Indy. So, who knows?
Yep. So the counterweight, like I said, it's more about safety. You know, keep the tripod down because the weight is up. So that's the whole thing. You don't want to flip
weight
the
the tripod down for sure.
Yeah, you don't want to flip it. Now, like to Eric's point on a pier, you may or may not need it. And I'm going to go through Evans, and I'm gonna send this question to Evan to see if you're on a pier, can you still do 50 plus without? And I'll give an email and I'll find that out. But
right,
oh, Jerry, yeah. So I already I'll go over it again. It's not a big deal. So again, I only have one night with it so far, Jerry. Really small focal length right now. I'm waiting on the pier extension tubes that they have, the standoffs. Evan is on back order still. I can't seem to find them anywhere. But that being said, so with just to comparing kind of apples to apples, I used Red Cat on the HEM27, the AM5, the Mark III, and this. The Nix has gotten the better guiding by at least 0.1 arc seconds. So, and again, that's only one night. It doesn't have a proper shakedown. I'm gonna withhold judgment on that number at this point. But on my first night with the AM5, the HEM, and the I didn't even get to the Mark III. It just drove me nuts. But those two were anywhere between 0.35 and 0.45. 0.5. Right. Guiding. Same target, same altitude. Same everything. And this one got down to 0.25. So and that's without really tweaking it and that kind of stuff. So it seems to work pretty good so far. I'm looking to put some weight on it. That's what I really want to say. And hopefully once a standoff comes, I put my AP 130 on there, and then we'll see what it really does. With that. Because now I'm going from 250 millimeter focal length to 870, almost 4 times the focal length, and we'll see. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm just checking. I was also just taking a quick look at the half pier and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's little standoffs. It's like 3 little rods that come up.
Yeah, you can put up to 6 on here.
Yeah, you could put up to the 6 holes in that plate that I showed in the beginning, and you could use all 6 of them to get extra sturdy. I will probably do that. I would rather have the 6 than the 3. But that being said, I can't wait to try other mounts with this. I do have access to a 9 1/4 that I could kind of liberate for a little bit. And we'll see what we can do with that. And now that'll be a double-edged sword, because I'll be dead honest with you, I haven't done Schmidt imaging in 10 years. I'm a refractor dude. I'm a refractor dude. I like my refractors. And that being said, but I want to put the weight on it and see. So, the only thing that's going to put the weight on it's either that or an RC. I mean, one or the other.
Yeah. And speaking of Schmidts and things and telescopes with long focal length, it is the beginning of March.
Yes, it is. And you know what next weekend is? The Messier Marathon.
There you go.
Not this weekend, the following weekend, the first weekend of the Messier Marathon. So go out there and get all 110 if you can in one night. So go for it.
Yeah. If you got the skies for it, go for it.
Yep.
But yeah, Yeah, it's that time. It's galaxy season. We are at the beginning of galaxy season again. And right now I've got the Rasa out there. But it's time to get the Edge 8, pretty soon, get everything swapped out with the imaging train and everything. And I'm looking forward to getting, some targets out there. And one thing that I was going to ask if you remember, the viewers and everybody in the chat, is I would love to hear, what everybody's targeting, recently. If you're imaging, what are you going after tonight? If you've got a plan, right now, and because of night, the skies are bad, but you've got a plan in place ready, what are you planning on going after? Because we're at that point now.
Yep.
Yeah. Clouds.
Clouds.
Yeah.
Clouds.
A lot of clouds. I mean, winter, it just drives me nuts how everybody you hear how winter and winter time is supposed to be the best time, for imaging, but it's also the freaking cloudiest time. And it drives me insane. It's horrible. So
horrible.
Yeah, it's total. And Mark, okay, another round of M81 and 82. Nice. I really want to hear what everybody else, what are you going after? I mean, and I would love to hear what your favorite target types are. Do you enjoy, LRGB, the reflection nebula? Do you enjoy emission? Do you love dark? Do you love, your favorite targets, are they galaxies? Do you enjoy the longer focal length? Do you have more long focal length scopes? I'd love to hear, more about what our viewers, what they use. And Dave, that target has been on my list because I've done it. I haven't done any justice to M106 for the past 2 years. And I'm still going to go after M106 again this year. That is going to be my galaxy target again.
Yeah, I did that a little bit at Cherry Springs last year.
Okay.
And I got to get better with the processing with the galaxies a little bit better.
Okay.
And let me see if I could bring it up. It's under my. I'll see if I can bring it up for you. I'll show you.
Yeah,
I think I showed
because M106 is one of the galaxies that I really want to go after. M51 again. Of course, I want to go after the Whirlpool again. I have when I had my 5-inch refractor, the 126, the Z126, I got a really good M51, and I want to go back and I want to do it again and grab it again.
Now,
so
before I show this pic, there's
long focal length.
There's a disclaimer on this pic. I'll tell you right now.
All right.
I had to super crop it because I got this weird kind of arc. I don't know if you remember. I got this weird arc that was a reflection of something going like this right through the entire middle of the frame all the way down to the middle of the bottom of the frame. I don't know what it was. I was able to kind of futz around with it with some clone stamps, but I said, you know what, let me just crop it. But it's not a great picture.
No, Tarek, in my opinion, no, you can't.
Can't what?
No. Can I image galaxies in 8 and 9 stars for just 4 to 6 hours? You can, but it's 46 hours every, clear night you got, because it's it's going to take some time with those types of skies. Unfortunately, I think, it's going to be a while. It's right.
It's not great, but that's what I've been. That's also with the Red Cat. So that field is huge. Yeah, that field is huge.
I know that's what I'm saying. That's The Red Cat's
That's
not it's not the equipment to use for a
no
galaxy.
kidding. I
But,
know, but I only had 2 refractors. I'm sorry, wait, no, this is the 80. This is the 80, not the Red Cat. This is the 80. It's still not the right one.
Still not
but
the right one.
No, but I wanted to do it, and there was this really cool galaxy down here, and it looks like the stars are a little fat. They're a little bloated.
Yeah, they look a little bloated.
Yeah, they're a little bloated. And I was just playing around, and I was bouncing around between different targets. But there was a nice galaxy all the way down here on the wide field one, and I had to crop it out because of that damn thing.
Oh yeah, I mean with the Rasa, you can get galaxies. The Macarian's chain.
Oh yeah.
You can get the Macarian's chain if you want galaxies with the Rasa.
That's only a 400 millimeter focal length. So I mean,
yeah, I mean, because you got so much in the freaking Virgo cluster. My God, you've got I don't know how many galaxies out there. It's hundreds in that freaking cluster.
Billions and billions.
It's crazy.
Is this the one? Let me see. Is this?
Oh yeah, Andromeda, of course. But Andromeda, I mean, you can get Andromeda almost pretty much all year round.
Yeah.
Especially in the northern hemisphere, you can that's Andromeda. I don't think counts for galaxy season because you're not really the arm of the Milky Way isn't really interfering with it. I mean, the whole thing of galaxy season is you finally get the arm of the Milky Way out of the way, so you can actually see all these galaxies.
Yeah, here, check this out.
Leo Trio's fun one.
This is the full picture.
Yep, firework too. Okay, yeah. See,
that's the full picture.
There are. Yeah, you can see. I see
this guy down here, this guy here, this guy here,
3,
this one, another little guy up here, another one
down
over
at
here.
the corner.
Yeah, they're all over the place. I mean,
they're all over the place.
But the star, I really screwed them up. If you go in, I got to redo it. But I mean, that galaxy I love.
What happens if you put it? Throw some star reduction in there and make it a little different that way. What happens if you do that?
It needs it. It definitely needs it. I did this. Let's see. I don't even know what I did to this, to be honest with you. Let's see. Load History Explorer. And of course, I screwed up the entire history by doing it in a TIFF. This is already saved. So I'd have to find the project file. But this is hey, I'm still working on things with that, but
okay. George is saying if you have a mono with a hard attached filter wheel,
I can't see.
In OAG, you need to have the ZWO darkening ring set, which are gaskets that go between the attached devices.
Yes. I know what he's talking about. The little gasket. Yep.
Okay.
Where's my YouTube channel? There it is.
Yeah, the Rasa 8's 400. The 11 is It's Rasa 11 is around 620 focal length. So yeah.
Oh, sorry. These things give me a chill. There we go. I'm back.
Can you just buy the gaskets?
I think you can. I know what you're talking about.
I haven't even seen these gaskets.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. I've seen them around. I'm not a big ZWO user, but I've heard about the light leaks and these gaskets that are there. They're like these little gaskets that go around the filters.
Gotcha.
And yeah. So like they literally when you screw like the OAG and the filter wheel and the camera together, it gets compressed as you put them all together, so it gives you a nice seal, so you don't get the light leaks. that may happen.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, the 110 GTX.
Yeah, the FYI, the Rasa 36 is just shy of 800 millimeters. Yeah.
The 110 GTX looks incredibly awesome. That's the new. Well, they're finally taking down payments at Astrophysics for it. It looks completely awesome. They made it so you could carry it on a plane. It's all modular and everything. So you got a nice, 110 millimeter refractor. Throw it up there. It's pretty wild. That's what they did with the 130, the 130 Gran Turismo, which is the one I have. You can put them all into. You can take everything apart and you can put it on the train. I put it on the carry-on bag.
Yeah, James. Yeah, it's way too expensive. That's some museum or really big money bags type.
Oh yeah,
stuff. I mean, what? It's like 12 grand, 12 or 13 grand, I think, something like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the lotto that they're doing, Mark. They did this with a couple of scopes before. What they're doing is that they're taking names and they're pulling a lotto to who gets it first. So say if you're on the list from day one
14.
for the scope, right? You're on you're on day one. You may not get the names out of a hat.
Yeah, now at least my feed must have feed.
Okay. I was like, I better not be. I got gigabit up, gigabit down. I better not be freezing nothing. But the whole thing is, I don't like the whole lottery thing, and I respect what they're trying to do. But I think if you're the first one to put money down, you should be the first one that's called to get that scope. And I'm not a fan, but. So it's a sniper rifle. Yeah, man, it's expensive though. I mean, it's crazy. Let's see. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up real quick. The 110 GTX FX. There it is. Bam. Take a look at this thing.
Let's see.
And I'll put it up on the screen. There we go. Okay, so here you go. So here's the 110 GTX.
Yep.
Okay, that's the stuff. You see the price tag. Almost $7,000, and that's not even with the add-on stuff. So that's not but it's really super tiny. It really. There you go. That's you see how small it gets? It's incredible.
Yep.
Pretty cool. It gives you all the specs. The thing that the AP is good at, they give you so much information.
They do.
It's really good. 660 millimeter focal length, 4.3 image objective, 4.3 inch objective. It doesn't come with mounting rings, so you got to buy the rings. The only thing that comes in there is the tube assembly, the dew shield, the dust cover, the case, and the adapters needed. It doesn't come with any rings or dovetails or anything. It's $67.50 for just that. So just keep that in mind.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's primo. I mean, it's retirement scope, so.
Yeah. I'm still wondering if the CDK, at some point would be that scope for me. When you talk about maybe like a retirement scope, something like that. But it might end up being like the CDK 12 and a half.
Let's see. So George sent me the link to the gaskets. Let's take a look and see. I'll grab that real quick. So yeah, AP, you pay for quality, man. Roland is, Roland is just awesome, and George and Howard and all of them over there are just amazing technicians and opticians, and I'm loving my astrophysics scope now that I got the flattening figured out.
Mhm.
And it's really it's great. So let me see. Let's see
Yeah,
AstroWorld. Let's see.
yeah, James. Yeah, the CDK, 12 and a half. Yeah, it is a really solid looking scope. And it gives me, I think personally for me, that would give me the reach that I'm looking for, as well as, just the way those plane waves, are manufactured. I think it's a really solid scope, especially for, as you say, they're not entirely out of reach. So I'll still hold on to like the 91 here. I'm never getting rid of this thing again. I'm holding on
Yep.
to this. I learned that lesson. And and if I do, I don't know about the Rasa. I may keep holding on to the Rasa, for the F2. The Edge 8 would probably go once I get that CD. If and when I ever get the CDK, something like the Edge 8 would end up going.
Well, here you go.
Imagine, oh yeah, imagine dual, yes, woo, dual 12 and a halves, yes.
There you go. There's the darkening rings. So it's just a little gasket that goes in between the equipment.
Oh, and this is to deal with light leaks.
Yep, this is all for light leaks.
That's awesome.
And they're $10. Not going to break the bank. So
no.
But it gives you little examples for different packages and everything. So
yeah. One thing that I have had to deal with when speaking of light leaks is with the Rasa, and it is the when you're putting on the if you're taking flats, for example, and you have the flat panel on there and everything, I have come across light leaks simply because of the light that's escaping out from the wherever the wires are coming or wherever the cables are coming out at. So I've been having, that's one thing I've had to try to deal with, and also learning more and more about the amount of diffusion you really need. So if you want to get quality flats, because it's so freaking fast, you really need, a dense type of setup as far as paper or t-shirt or what have you to really get quality Gorilla tape, huh? I'll give that a thought. I mean, right now I do have, and I'm using tape right now, electrical tape right now. But yeah, and yeah, Rasa flats. Like I said, James, Rasa flats, especially using with the one-shot color and everything, you're seeing so much. It's just crazy how it's just so screwed up, and nothing's ever truly even, and it drives me insane because of what you have to deal with. And so I'm going to be looking at other, I was even thinking about getting like a headband, stretching it out a bit and then putting it over the dew shield and then covering up that whole area where the cables are coming out at to see if that would work. Gaffer tape. Okay. Gaffer tape. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, I mean, flats. I mean, the 294 was an issue with flats too for a long time. Don't take less than 2 seconds. That rule. But you know what? You can't. I like keeping things easy, which is probably why I'm never going to get a Rasa. I love my refractors. I love the tackness of the stars, even though I screw them up when I process. But when they come on chip, they are spot on. And it's kind of like having, for those golfers out there, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like having the offset golf club set, then as opposed to the blades. You know, it's a little bit more forgiving, but when you hit it right, it's spot on. And you know, it really, really is. You know, and I'm not trying to say anything bad of from Schmitz or Newts or anything. It's just what I'm comfortable with, and
Right.
it really depends on what what you're comfortable with, what results you're getting, and are you happy with those results?
Yeah.
And if you are, knock yourself out. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, Starlancer, I do the same thing. You know, I have an aluminum dew shield with the Rasa, and I put the aluminum dew shield on there. Oh, but I see, you have a light box. Okay, there you go. On top of the dew shield, light box. Okay.
And this is going on this weekend. Speaking of light boxes, this is going on this weekend.
Oh, the Alto and your light panel. Yeah.
I've had the light panel for weeks. I've been using it.
Now you got the Alto, so you can mount it. Now you can mount it.
And the 155 Prima Luce ring came in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ring and I'm going to put it on the dew shield. So it just goes on the dew shield. It's not weighing down the dovetail bar or getting in the way. It's on the dew shield on the ring. So if I want to take it off, I just undo the ring and do the whole thing off. That's it.
Gotcha.
Pretty cool. And Bob Santos, if you're out there, I haven't spoken to you in a while, but for those of you that know that Camera Concepts had a slight fire in the back, nothing crazy. But Bob, I took your 2600 for safekeeping because it was floating around and it was safe. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't want to. It's had your name on it since November in the back. So if you want it, I got it. It's on permanent loan as of this point. So that combination costs you about 700. My flat panel. So the flat panel, it's about 700. So the flat panel was like 3, the motor was like 4, and the rings. You know, if you want to do it that way, you don't have to do it that way. You could use a max bracket or a single bracket from Prima Luce. You could use that and slide it on and off a dovetail. I kind of like what Tom did with his and his Avalon setup. He literally put it on the ring and just let it go up and down like this on the ring on the dew shield. And as long as your dew shield doesn't suck and it doesn't tilt on you, you're gonna be fine. So as far as a flat panel, oh man, good luck. I mean that CDK, that flat panel is gonna be huge. I believe that's a special order too. So all right. So what else we got? So we're lighting zip ties on fire. So they now have a single ring now from PL. No, George, no. I had to buy 2 rings, but so if anybody wants a 155 millimeter Prima Luce ring, just one, let me know. I have an extra one. So Optech does make flat panels too. They make the big ones too, but I have my Spica flat right here too. So I mean, the Spica flat's great, but it's big and it's bulky.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, if these for the refractors, I mean, they're no bigger than a 45 record. If anybody remembers what a 45 record is, they're not much bigger than that. I mean, I got mouse pads that are bigger than these flat panels, but the results I'm getting out of them are pretty darn good. So yeah, Spica flat is bye-bye all pro software. Bye-bye.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that was announced. Oh, you missed it. Oh yeah, you missed it last week. You were late. So So yeah, it was announced that Spica Flat is no longer in existence as far as selling their flat panels anymore.
Oh, that's too bad.
It is.
I
I
still
love them.
have
It's
the
great.
old school. I still have the old school Spica Flat, the square
Yep.
one.
I got the newer one, and it works great. But the whole assembly of the light panel and the alto,
Mhm.
is that what you're asking? So they make all the way up to, I think it's 400 millimeters. If I remember right. If you want, I'll check real quick.
Oh, sorry, gotcha. That's and that's especially with companies such as Spica, and All Star, and even I hope AP continues on. I really, really do.
Me too.
Um,
They're better. I just bought
there's
one.
just yeah. I mean, there's just so many great manufacturers, but they started doing this like in the 80s and earlier, and they're getting up there in years, and that quality, though, you can't beat that quality, and you can't get that out of a lot of these mass manufactured companies. Unfortunately, that type of quality assurance and quality quality checks. So
Well, Dave, if you want a Giotto, call me first, okay? So, let's see. So, the Giottos, which are the flat panels from Prima Luce, go all the way up to, without a special order, 560 millimeter flat panel. But look at the $1,600 for it. The ones that I got. So the 220 is 435. So Dave, you'd need that one. You couldn't go to the 185. I got these two here, the 120 and the 150. But 400, the flat panels are really, really, they're made well. So I mean, it's definitely worth it. And then you go into the Alto. Where is it? Giotto Alto. If you want the Alto, now just be careful because there's different motors to cover the weights of different different size flat panels, obviously, because you need to push more. So up to 220 is the Alto 1, up to 320 is Alto 2, larger than 320 up to 560
wow,
is the 3, and then for the 560, the 3L is $1,000 for the motor.
wow.
So now, if you're getting a 560 millimeter flat panel, I'm assuming you have a 10,000 plus scope. So I mean, I guess it's all relative, So that being said,
So for my 127, I need a 150, right?
so you would need a 150, and so if you just get the Alto 1 with the 150, so that's 500, 795 for the whole thing.
For the whole thing. I was there's a Windy City Astrophotography. I don't know if you've heard of him.
I've heard of it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so of course he's here in Chicago. He was telling me he was showing how he was taking his flats with a Rasa, and then he was using a different type of flat panel. I was just looking it up. This Viltrox VL500, and I don't see it's a round. It's a circular LED that has dimming and everything, but it doesn't look that bad either as far as the price. I don't need it myself, but it doesn't look too bad. It's like $55 on B&H, on BH Photo Video. And that's what he was using for his calibration frames. I thought it was kind of interesting when he first came out with that, when he displayed that rather. Let's see here. Come on, bring back up in the chat. There we go. Oh, Starlancer, I'm right there with you. I'm not that far from you. I know. Speaking of light pollution and everything like that, here I'm going to I don't know, I can't throw up the link, but what I can do is I can share it as far as share my screen, and this is what it looks like. It's VH photo. It's you can jot this down, the Viltrox VL500T. And this is what, and it is dimmable between 20 up to 100, between 20% up, 20 to 100%. It's round, so it fits that Rasa and the aluminum dew shield. So pretty nice there. But $55 doesn't, and it's not that bad.
Nice.
That's all, we get that, it's not that bad of a price, I guess. And if whatever works, for you, if this is something that you, might want to look a little deeper into, then yeah, because here is what he was showing. And, he was using T-shirt method and then the Viltrox right there. And then setting it up.
Nice.
So, yeah. I just found that very interesting.
And Eric, since I just got an email from a watcher of ours from Mexico.
Really?
So
okay.
Yeah. So and it's really, this is really a question more to your expertise. So I'm going to throw it your way.
Okay.
I just got my dream scope ready for this Galaxy season. It's a Celestron Edge 8-inch paired with the Celestron OAG and the 220 millimeter, 220 guide cam.
Okay.
Followed Eric's instructions for collimation, no problema.
Nice.
Focusing the guide camera in the OAG, well, that's another whole problem.
Yeah.
Is it really, actually, I could even touch on it, but I think you could probably explain it a little bit better. How do you go about focusing your OAG when you do that?
Well, the key thing is whatever your back focus is of your main camera, say 55 millimeter, it has to be the same for your OAG and your guide camera that you're putting in your OAG. So it has to, from the prism, if I'm not mistaken, make sure that the prism, the flat side is facing, and I'm sure you may, I don't know if you notice or not, but I'm just assuming it. I'm just saying in general, make sure the prism is flipped. The flat side of the prism is facing towards the telescope. Okay.
Right.
It's, that's facing towards the telescope. But your back focus, it needs to be the same as your back focus of your main camera. So if like a ZWO 55 millimeters, from there, from the sensor to the first set of glass in the imaging train, well, your first set of glass in the imaging train of an OAG is the prism. So it would have to be 55 millimeter back focus from there. And that's how I would achieve, that's basically, and yes, and very good. Another thing is definitely I would recommend, just like Starlancer is mentioning here, Starlancer Astro, set up your focus and everything. If you can, do it during the day. That is probably the best way to do it, is to set up, setting up your back focus and testing everything, is to get everything set up, put it out there, get it out there and aim at something distant, get your main camera in focus, then go ahead and get your OAG in focus there. But yeah, doing it during the day is the best, that's the best way.
Yeah,
but
and,
yeah,
Eric,
but definitely starting with matching that back. The back focus has to match from the camera, from your main camera to the imaging train, and from the prism to the sensor of your guide camera.
Right. And you know what? And something else to keep in mind with an OAG. There are some really bad. I mean, the Celestron one is not one of them. It's got a good size prism, but as you go to higher focal lengths, you're going to need a larger prism to get more stars to pick off. So if you're sitting there trying to do a 2700 millimeter scope with a regular ZWO prism that's 8 millimeters.
It's not going to work.
You're not going to have enough guide stars to pick off because the prism isn't big enough. It's not picking off enough light. Right. So get that. I think the largest is 12.5 millimeter. No,
12 and a half. 12 and a half.
There's 12 and a half.
Right now.
Hold on. The
Go ahead.
Monster Moag and the Sagitta. They're very expensive, but you get 12 and a half pick off prism. The OAG from Celestron and the large one from ZWO is 12. So I would say minimum at 12 at any focal length. I don't care what it is. Just get the 12 and be happy. So you have enough. And just one last thing that I would hit on is because somebody put it in the chat, and it's a good point. Making sure that your OAG has a comparable sensor as well to match with your scope, with your guiding camera. And go ahead, Eric. I know you got your toy.
Yeah, and to everybody's point who's in the chat here, this is my setup right now. I have the guide scope here, but I really don't use it. I'm actually using this one. I just need to take it off. But so here's the OAG, and this is the OAG L. I'm not sure if you can see that very well. And I am using the 174 that is the monochrome large sensor guide camera. And so yes, I have all three of the different types of mini guide. Well, now they have four, but I'm not getting the 220. So I have the 120, the 290, and the 174. The 174 is what you really want to use because of that large sensor with these types of OAGs, the 12-inch OAGs, and with these long focal length scopes like the Edge 8, or the 9.25, and so on. So, gotta name this Medusa. No, it's just don't worry about the cable management right now, guys.
No, but you know what? There are a lot of good guide cameras out there. And,
there are.
Just make sure, when you get to the medium, and what I mean by medium is, over 600 millimeters to 1,000 or more, you really want to start looking at your chip size. You don't want to be guiding with like a 120. That chip's like the size of nothing. And if you're compiling that with a small prism, that just makes it even worse. And you just want to make sure that that there is a really great tool, astronomy.tools, that has guide scope suitability tool that really would kind of, and what, I could show it right now real quick just to show everybody real quick what it kind of is.
Yeah, the 174 is great.
I love my 174. I mean, it's not as big as the the 178. It's not as big as the 174, but they're both awesome. So they can't. Hold on.
Okay.
Now they can.
Okay. Are we back?
We're back. That was all me. So sorry, everybody.
We're back.
We're back. All my fault. Of course, that's what happens. That's what happens when you have too many tabs open and you turn off the live stream. That's what happens. All right, so everybody can see my screen and hear us. So even though all right. So astronomy.tools, right? We were talking about it and how to find out if your guide scope is suitable for your setup. So here you go. So here's astronomy.tools, and right at the bottom of the calculators is guide scope suitability. So let's see. Now again, I said this once when we were offline. I'll say it again. The guide scope suitability, what this program wants you to be is a guiding ratio of 1-to-1. So that means you have the same field as your guide scope than you do as your main scope. So if you're using an off-axis guider, you will get that 1-to-1. However, if you're using a guide scope, that's where it starts to change. So let's take a look. Since we're talking off-axis guiders, let's just talk off-axis guiders for one, and we'll just do again. We'll just do like a Red Cat 71, let's say, and the 294. ZWO 294. Okay, it auto populates your pixel size, your focal length, everything. None is the default for the Barlow or reducer. So if you're using one, we'll look at the effect of that in a little bit. Then let's say you're using the OAG, so your telescope is still the William Optics 71, right? And your camera is the 174, let's say, all right? It's a 174. Okay. So your guiding ratio, and this is because of the pixel size is different. If they were both the same pixel size, you're 1-to-1. Okay. But you're not, because the 174 isn't the same pixel size as the 294. So that's what makes it a little bit different. And this was a 5.78, right? Oh, not 50. Okay, so I think it was close to that, but you're really good at 1 to 1.25. So you're in a good guiding area right now. So let's see what the effect of using a guide scope is. So let's go. I use the Skywatcher Evo Guide. EX Evo Star Evo Guide. There it is. Bam. Okay. Still green. A little bit more of a possible error at 1.8. Okay. And that's with the 174, but I have the 178, right? So let's take a look at the 178. Still good. Okay. So all of that is suitable for the Red Cat 71. But now let's really pump up the focal length, right? So now let's say you're at an 8, we'll just do a manual, 2000 millimeter 8-inch Schmidt, right? Now you're at 1-to-4. Not very good. Not even close.
Not very good.
Okay. If you use a reducer on the Schmidt, now you're 1-to-3. Still not that good. You don't want to be over like a 2. You don't want to be over a 2 on this. Not very good. Okay. So, when people are using the 2600, let's say, now you just raised everything by that. So now you're going to need a bigger guide scope or an off-axis guider. So now if we're using a 2000 millimeter focal length, and 178, and with no reducer, let's say. There you go. So you're 1 to 0.64. Okay. So you really want to be in the 1 area here. You want to be at 1-to-1. So that's how you kind of look at that and see if it's see if it's in your wheelhouse at that point.
Yeah. So as we talked about a little bit before, targets. Right in here. Here we go. For all the newbies, they're always curious about what am I going to, what should I shoot or what can I shoot or what's good for whatever. A couple of things I'll recommend. One, take a look at the Charlie Bracken's astrophotography planner, or you can also take a look at this guy, 100 best astrophotography targets. So I'm just curious. I want to see what we've got for this for right now. So today is the 3rd.
Yep.
And what is it recommending for the 3rd? Well, nothing on the 3rd, but it's March 2nd, Spiral Galaxy NGC 2403.
Okay.
And the Camel. And it's a magnitude 8.2, so still more faint, but yeah, but a Galaxy for starting our Galaxy season. So there's one. So this is great for this is a great tool as far as a book, rather, for people who are just getting into astrophotography and are wondering what's our good targets to look out for. This is a very good book to consider. As I mentioned, also there's the astrophotography planner from Charles Bracken, and you can even get a custom one from him for $20. You can email him, and he will send you he can send you a custom one based off of you giving him your latitude and your GPS coordinates, your latitude and longitude.
That's awesome.
It's really, really good.
Somebody wanted me to put a poll up about permanent daylight savings time. So I threw it up.
Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it.
Permanent daylight savings time. You know what? I was thinking about it the other day. The only thing that it really doesn't change really anything. It really doesn't. It just changes the clock. It doesn't change how fast we revolve around the Earth. It doesn't revolve around the sun. It doesn't change the amount of daylight or nighttime that you're getting.
It was just created by Ben Franklin for back in those days, when for agriculture purposes and everything else for growing season. And
that is true.
No, you don't need it now.
Nope, but they're talking about it because of school and stuff like that, and that people could go out later, and whatever. But
yeah,
I am not for it. I'm a big no for it. Just leave the clocks alone. Just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Why we gotta do this every year?
I mean, I get time zones are one thing. But
time zones you have to have.
You have to have, but
because the
daylight
Earth is so
savings
big,
time,
you have to have it. It's not like the Earth is a marble, where it turns around once a second. You gotta have time zones. That's why we made universal time too. So I mean, there are different options for time. We can mess with time. You just can't mess with the Earth's rotation. So it doesn't matter where you put your clock. If it's 8 o'clock in the morning right now, it doesn't matter.
Messing with people's sleep.
Yeah, really. I agree.
Really,
Mark.
Big time. Oh, great! I'm gaining an hour, then I'm losing an hour.
Chris, it totally. But if you think about it, it does bother me. That I can't start till 10 o'clock, right? It does bother me, but it doesn't affect the amount of imaging time you get.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It doesn't make it go any faster or slower. It just starts later.
It just starts later.
And it does suck. It sucks. Let's just call it out. It's horrible.
I'm sorry. It's just so freaking annoying. is what it is for me. To have to deal
totally,
with this,
totally
like
annoying.
every November and every, what is it, March or April, whatever the heck it is, just done with it.
I hate it. I don't like it. I never liked it. The only time I liked it was when I was riding my bike back home at 9 o'clock at night during the summer when I was like 13. Make it home for
Anyone
dinner.
planning on attending a star party? I would love to attend a star party.
Oh, I'm going to
what?
4 this year.
Nice.
I'm going to 4. So I'm starting it off with what am I starting off with? I'm starting off with probably Cherry Springs.
Okay.
That'll be in June. July, I will be in Valentine, Nebraska. So if we have any Nebraska people out there, I will be in Valentine, Nebraska for the July Nebraska Star Party. Followed by August, I will be in Canada for Starfest. Followed by Cherry Springs again in September for Black Forest. So,
okay.
So if anybody's around any of those areas, say hi. I'm going to bring the table and the tablecloth that says AstroWorld on it. You got to see the tablecloth, Eric. I got from Neve. It is cool. It is cool. It's a black tablecloth. It's got the website on the bottom, and then the logo is pretty cool. It just came today. Pretty cool.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see
very cool. So I got that. I got the first sets of giveaways. And it's gonna be cool. Hey Josh, welcome. I will stop by. Good, cool. Star Lancer, absolutely. I got family that I've never met on my wife's side, so we're gonna be going there and knocking 2 birds out with 1 stone. Yes, Chris, I'm a nerd. I'm doing all this fun stuff. So it looks like the I'm gonna try and get it done this weekend. The calendar for the AstroWorld Neve table, the agenda. So I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm gonna put it out to all the co-hosts and see what else we want to add in, and we'll just add stuff in, because we are going to be running around doing interviews and stuff like that. So between you, me, Pete, and Jesse,
yeah, should be fun. All right, well, we're almost at.
Yeah,
you want to go ahead and do the picture of the week?
We got to do the picture of the week and the spin in the wheel. We got to do
the wheel. What do you want to do first?
That clicking is bothering me. It's just I'm hearing it every once in a while. But all right, we didn't get any new members, so let me just show everybody the website real quick. And when you go to the website, right? If you want to sign up for any of these giveaways, the only thing you have to do is go to contest giveaways, and then you go in there and then you sign up. If it pops up, it's moving a little slow today for some reason, probably because I'm doing this. Here are the giveaways. So we got Pixinsight, Woodland Hills, Camera Concepts. That's all we have right now, but we have 141, 125, and 132 people in there that are
nice,
that are in these giveaways. So that being said, we could go to the picture of the week, and if you want to submit a picture of the week, you just go to Image Contests, and then there's a link for the Google Drive where you just drop it in, and sometimes it pops up, sometimes it doesn't, because it's slow, because I'm streaming today. So let's see. There we go. Okay, and you just click on the Google Drive, and then you drop it in the picture of the week, whatever week it is, you drop it in there, and then there you go. You're good to go, and it'll be in the next one. So this week, the pictures of the week are, and it's loading all over. Oh, come on. All right, spazzing out on me now. There we go. We got Vindimatrix by Josh. We got a Dark Dragon IC1318 Gamma Cygni.
Very cool.
M42 by Jason, AZ4 Runner.
All right. Nice.
We got a Horsehead and Flame by Mark Ellis. Got an owl, and that's something you don't see a lot.
You don't
owl
see that.
nebula.
Yeah, you don't see that often.
One of those
Nice.
overlooked things that it's nice. You did a good job when you got that, when you got the supernova remnant right there. You got the star still sitting there.
Yeah.
And that's Dave Schaefer. And another high voting week. Look at that.
Wonderful.
76. All right. So let's see who won Picture of the Week. Because I didn't even look at it again. I don't look at it anymore. I don't want to know until the night. So let's see who won. Good thing my password doesn't show. Let's see. Come on, baby. YO people. And come on, slow computer. And here we go. 76 votes. Weekends March 3rd. Here we go. The results are in. And AZ4 Runner.
AZ4 Runner.
With
congratulations.
Wow, it was close.
Oh, that was
man.
close. 23 to 19. 15.
Wow.
Wow.
All right,
Very
Jay,
tight voting.
there you go. So you are the first picture in the running for the March picture of the month. Don't forget to vote for the picture of the month. The picture of the month voting has started towards the bottom. And I'll just go back to the page, and of course it's going to do this again. It's going to spaz out on me. So the picture of the month entries are right there. February picture of the month. So you got the Pac-Man by Greg. You got M81 by Bloodstone. You got Tom for M45. And you got Jason, another M42 for that. We already got 7. Oh, no, wait. What am I doing? Yeah, no, that's right. That's a different one. Yeah. We already got 76 people voting on that, too.
That's awesome.
So, wow. Is it both the same? Yeah, they're both the same. Wow, that's odd.
That's high. That's great.
So keep on voting. We got another week and a half to vote for the picture of the month. So,
all right,
pretty cool. So let's grab the wheel, and that's the Woodland Hills one. Let's open up the Pixinsight, the Masters of Pixinsight one. There we go. So we got 149 people in this one. All right. And again, free class coming up. The next one is coming up, and it is what day is that? It is Masks Unmasked on March 21st. So
nice.
Pretty cool. So definitely go take a look at that. And if you don't win, you're more than welcome to join for $35. So
not a bad price
Nope.
to get some great information and some great tips and learn something from some of the best people out there when it comes to astrophotography and processing and in Pixinsight. I mean, they don't call themselves Masters of Pixinsight for nothing.
Yep.
It's, they know what they're doing and they know what they're talking about.
All right. So here we go. Let's spin that wheel.
All right. Roll that.
And the winner is John Maker. All right, John. We will definitely send you that email so you're able to get that voucher for the free Masters of Pixinsight class.
Nice.
There you go. Awesome.
Very good.
What do we got? Anything left in the chat? Because it's 10 o'clock and I'm tired.
Congratulations, John. Enjoy that and enjoy that. That's those guys, they know what they're doing, so it's awesome.
Wow. So take a look at this. Hold on a second. Here's the poll.
Oh gosh, 50-50.
You know,
Wow.
you guys aren't real astrophotographers.
Oh man,
Telling
I
you.
don't know about this one.
I don't know. I think that's rigged. I think somebody voted more than once. You know what? I can't vote, so I would have voted once. But we'll end the poll, and there you go. 50-50 is in the chat.
Wow.
So whole 26 votes.
That's
Unbelievable.
crazy.
All right.
All right.
Well, yeah, we're good to go, man. Listen, everybody. You know, is it me, or did this one go really fast and it's only two of us?
It's only two of us, but you know, we had some great conversation in the chat. We've had some great topics to hit on, and so no, I appreciate, you know, everybody's participation. Really, really appreciate it. So it was a great show. Just a heads up, I may not be here on Wednesday for the show.
Okay.
And I hope, you know, everything goes well. So pray for me. I'm having surgery on Tuesday. So it's, yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
So I have a heart, I've discovered a heart arrhythmia, and we're gonna correct it. So we're gonna, you know, it's gonna be fine. But yeah.
From what I know about those procedures, and Jen deals with it all the time. She's a lawyer and malpractice defense. She defends the hospitals, but these procedures are for fixing heart arrhythmias are so routine now. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, it's nerve. You know, I don't want anybody inside my body, you know, but you know, but you know, it's more. I would rather it be more of a well-known procedure than not. But I could. I'm sure you're feeling all sorts of anxious about it. So our prayers are with you.
Yeah. So. Thanks. Yeah, Ernie. No, that's one thing. If that's one thing they were telling me, is if it does go, you know, not well, then you end up with a pacemaker. So, and my dad has one.
Let's hope it doesn't go that far. So
it doesn't go that far. You know? So
because it's then what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to take a Xanax to get on the show because you won't be able to like get hyped up like you usually do.
I know, right? I know, it'd be crazy. You know?
Eric will be on the show in an hour or two, drooling out his mouth from the Xanax.
He's like, no kidding. It wasn't. It wasn't fun. You know, having that, you know, arrhythmia, like 208 beats per minute.
Dude, I know you told me about it. That's scary, man. That's scary.
There it goes.
It just cleared itself. I definitely wasn't me. I don't know.
It's the YouTube. It's the YouTube.
No, it's Melon. It's Melon.
It's Melon?
I don't know. Yeah, Melon literally turned off the rig. Yeah, we're back, Carol.
Yeah.
Everyone's leaving. Everyone's saying, okay, it's gone. But
it's gone. But no, we're back. We're back.
No, we're good.
But no, but again, this was a good, and I don't want to be a downer, you know. So
nope. Yeah,
I'm sure everything's going to be, you know. I'm just letting everybody know. Don't, you know, I'm going to be a downer. But I just want to let everybody know if they're not the reason why they don't see me. That's the reason.
Well,
why. But
tell Robin to keep us in the loop or keep me in the loop. Let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, when you're in and out of the danger zone. You know.
Out of yeah. So I'm just going to take Wednesday, Thursday off and just chill out because I think they're planning on me being overnight.
You'll be outpatient. It's an outpatient thing. So, I mean, you know, you're overnight for observation, then you're out as long as you're out. You know, as long as your rhythm's good.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. But anyway, great show. This was a lot of, you were not kidding. 2 hours.
Yep.
It went boom. It went by quick.
Yeah, it's nice. Awesome. It's nice when you have like the conversation. It makes it easy. So.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, don't forget. I think our next guest is Richard Wright is going to be on one of these Wednesdays that are free between now and NEAF. So I just got to give him a date, and he'll be on here. So you might miss it. I don't know. I got to look at the schedule if it's next week, but we'll see. But I'll try not to make it next week for you.
Yeah, no wrong.
All right.
No worries. No worries.
But we got that. We got Stacey Doughton on the 25th, and then we got Warren on the 1st, and then Pavel from Moravian on middle of April, and then
there's NEAF.
Then it's NEAF.
There's NEAF.
And I can't promise. I can't promise live stuff on NEAF depending on the Wi-Fi. I can't promise that. Maybe we'll do some stuff on the iPhone. Just get us live on that. But it's going to be cool. So, and if anybody wants to see anything at NEAF, hit me up. And if you want to know the little secret that I got brewing in the background, text me after the show. But I can't say it online. But anyway, have a good night, everybody. See you. What did I say? Have a great weekend. Yeah, it's over. The weekend is here. All right. Sounds good. And Eric, we'll talk during the week. But everybody, have a good night.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you next week. Have a good one, everybody.
Later.
Later.